Welcome to The Explainer. So, have you ever felt like you're doing everything right with manifestation, but it's just not clicking? Well, today, we're going to dig into the real reasons why it often fails, pulling from neuroscience and even quantum physics. And more importantly, we're going to uncover how you can actually start creating the reality you want.
Okay, let's just start with something I'm pretty sure we've all felt at some point. You're doing all the things, right? You've got the vision boards, you're saying the affirmations, you're trying to focus all your energy, but crickets. Nothing happens. It's that super frustrating feeling that you're missing some crucial piece of the puzzle.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at why we get the whole idea of manifestation wrong from the start. Then, we'll pinpoint the exact things that are stopping us. After that, we'll get into some really cool science that explains it all. And finally, we'll put it all together into a new approach that actually works.
All right, first things first. We have to tackle the biggest misconception about manifestation right out of the gate. Seriously, getting this one shift in perspective is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about.
Okay, this right here is the first major shift in thinking you have to make. Manifestation isn't some magic trick you perform once in a while. It's not an event. The thing is, you are always manifesting, every single second. So the real question isn't, how do I start manifesting? It's, what am I already creating with the thoughts and feelings I have right now?
So, okay, if we're always manifesting, why don't we have everything we want? I mean, that's the big question, right? Well, the problem isn't out there in the world, it's in here. It's our own internal programming. Turns out there are three main barriers that keep our old reality playing on a constant loop.
And you know these traps. We've all been there. We get completely obsessed with how and when it's going to happen. We let that little voice of fear and doubt just run the show. Or we get stuck focusing on the fact that we don't have it yet, which just creates more not having it. But here's the thing. These are just the symptoms of a much deeper problem.
Yeah, all those mistakes, they all stem from the same root cause. They come from being trapped in our old way of being by three really powerful fundamental forces.
And those forces are your environment, your body, and time itself. Once you really get how these three things hold you in place, you can finally start to move beyond them. So let's dive into each one.
First up is the environment. I mean, just think about it for a second. Your brain is getting signals from your external world all day long. You see the same people, you go to the same job, you have the same problems. All of it is constantly reminding you of who you are. So it's no wonder it feels almost impossible to imagine being someone totally different. Okay, this next one, this is a huge one, the body. When you think a worried thought, it's not just in your head. It triggers a chemical cascade that makes your body feel worry. But then your body, which gets used to that feeling, starts to crave it. So it tells your brain, hey, give me more of that. And you start thinking more worried thoughts. You literally get addicted to your own emotional state. And that brings us to the third barrier, time. We pour so much of our precious energy into reliving the past or stressing about the future. And in doing so, we completely miss the only place where we actually have any power to create anything new. And that place is right here, right now, the present moment. Okay, so we've got these three big barriers, the environment, the body, and time. Now this might start to sound a little philosophical, but stick with me because this is where it gets really cool. The reason these barriers are so powerful is actually backed up by some incredible findings in quantum physics.
This quote really is the key to everything. You see, we think reality is supposed to give us what we want, but that's not how it works. The universe doesn't care about what you want, it responds to who you are. It's a perfect mirror of your internal state. If you feel lacking on the inside, the world is just going to keep giving you experiences that confirm that feeling of lack.
And this is where the science just gets, honestly, it's mind-blowing. On the smallest, most fundamental level, the universe isn't made of solid stuff. It's a vibrant, shimmering field of pure potential. Every single possibility. You being wealthy, you being in a loving relationship, you being perfectly healthy, all of it already exists as a possibility in this quantum field.
And this isn't some wacky theory, you guys. This has been proven over and over again in what's called the double slit experiment. Basically, when scientists aren't looking, particles exist everywhere at once, like a wave of possibility. But the instant an observer looks at them, that wave collapses into one single solid particle in one single location. The act of observing turns potential into actual reality.
So what does that mean for you? Well, here's the kicker. You are the observer in your life. Where you place your attention when it's charged up with a strong feeling and belief, That's what's collapsing all that infinite potential into the one reality you get to experience. You are literally picking your reality out of the quantum field with your state of being.
Okay, so that's the science. It's fascinating, right? But what do we do with it? How do we actually use this? Well, the entire goal is to shift, to move from a state of wanting something to a state of already being the person who has it.
The whole framework for this new approach is called the law of assumption. Now, this is way different than just thinking positive. It's not about chasing something or trying to attract it from out there. It's about deciding what you want and then internally assuming the feeling of your wish already being a finished fact.
So the actual process is pretty simple, but don't get me wrong, it's not always easy. First, you get crystal clear on what you actually want. Second, you go to a quiet place, relax, and you let yourself genuinely feel the emotions of having it right now. And third, this is the most important part. You have to carry that feeling with you. You have to start making choices throughout your day as if you are already that person.
I love this analogy. It just makes so much sense. When you go to a restaurant and order dinner, you don't then chase the waiter into the kitchen and micromanage the chef, right? No. You place your order and then you trust that it's being taken care of. You have to adopt that same kind of relaxed, confident trust with your desires.
All right, let's wrap this all up. What are the big takeaways here? Stop trying so hard to manipulate the world out there. The real work is always in here. Your only job is to change your internal state of being and then let go of how it's going to happen. Once you truly change on the inside, the outside world has no other option. It has to change to match you. That's not wishful thinking. That's physics.
And this all leads to one final powerful idea. Your life is a perfect mirror. It's not personal. It's not judging you. It is simply reflecting back to you who you are being. So the question isn't, what do you want? The real question is, who are you choosing to be right now?